Jai Ma Padmavati. If you know about the spiritual science of Kumbh Mela, you will become astonished about the force and power of Kumbh Mela and the secrets behind its bathing and everything. The human body is composed of 72% water, and the earth also has 72% water. Perhaps this is why the saying, "What is in the universe is in the body," came into being. Water is life is not just a statement about the physical development and longevity of living beings, but the highest glory of the water element lies in its energy, which has the potentiality to elevate life to the highest peak of positive living and reach the ultimate limit of self realization. When this glory of the water element is realized, only then can we fully understand the beneficial power of the Kumbh festival. The friction of molecules transforms the electrical waves in the brain into thoughts. It is the attraction power of the blood flowing in the form of the water element in your body that plays an important role in shaping these auspicious and inauspicious thoughts into a habit. Water is the key element that attracts energy from various sources such as planets, constellations, festivals, etc., and is also a key element in the five elements that draws in energy. The enlightened Indian society has complete knowledge of this energetic state of water and its key water centers and has provided accurate guidance to make this water beneficial for the entire universe. One important manifestation of this is the Mahakumbh, where at a specific confluence site, the power of celestial bodies is harnessed at a particular date and time, and this power is fully utilized at a traditionally sacred location. For thousands of years, numerous traditions have been followed as symbols of various religious beliefs. It is true that behind all these traditions and rituals there exist specific positive facts and signs, but our ancestors believed that the reason and analysis behind them were unnecessary. On the other hand, driven by their divine feelings and intense faith, future generations have continued to follow these rituals and have benefited immensely from these blessings regularly provided by nature. Regarding the Kumbh, its dates have always been fixed, and the rules for bathing, the order of bathing by saints and akhadas, and other traditions have remained unchanged for thousands of years. A significant participation is expected from the religious people of India in this year's Kumbh. Among the many important events of the Kumbh, the six baths occurring on different dates hold primary importance. Additionally, in the vast Kumbh Mela area, puja, archana, yajnas, religious rituals, storytelling, and feasts also hold their own significance. This Mela will witness the amazing lifestyle of various types of dressers, practitioners, ascetics, and dedicated yogis, munis, and saints on the spiritual path. An important fact is that the four main places in India where the Kumbh is organized are all located on river banks because water is the core of the Kumbh. The influence of celestial alignments on water is considered significant. The major power contributing to human welfare in the Kumbh is the energy waves of the saints, selfless, compassionate, and penitent discipline, the power of brahmacharya, and the positive waves of ascetic tendencies, which directly affect the behavior of the common people who are distorted by indulgence. This is why the tradition of saintly bathing follows a specific sequence. After this, bathing in the energized water with the positive influence of the celestial bodies continuously works to bring the deviated human society back to the enlightened path. The primary Japanese scientist researching the water element is Masaru Emoto, whose famous book the hidden messages in water, and the technique of water crystal photography are globally renowned. He froze various types of water and used water crystal photography to observe astonishing results. The water exposed to prayers of love, compassion, kindness, affection, and harmony showed beautiful and decorative crystal forms, while the water exposed to negative emotions like hatred, jealousy, anger, and disgust showed violent forms resembling erupting volcanoes. You can view Masaru Emoto's water crystal images in search engine in Google. This research proved that water is influenced by our emotions, and through this water our emotions can be transferred to others. This scientific fact also operates in the 6 royal baths of Kumbh Mela, whether in Prayagraj or at the banks of Narmada River or other pilgrimage sites where the Kumbh is held. These locations have always been home to renunciates, ascetics, and detached sages. These ascetic saints, through their selfless generosity, contribute their intellectual waves to these water sources. The clear impact of this is that ordinary people, through bathing in these waters, can purify their tendencies and free themselves from mental impurities. During the Kumbh baths, those engaged in the practice of Kaya Kalp also come into these sacred places to bath, not for personal gain but for the welfare of others. In the famous book Autobiography of a Yogi, Paramahamsa Yogananda writes that the immortal Yogi Mahavatar Babaji, who has lived for over 2000 years, attends the Kumbh at Prayagraj, and Lahiri Masaya and other saints have also witnessed him there. This proves that invisible perfected beings from divine realms surely attend the Kumbh. The touch of these perfected yogis and renunciates brings a beneficial power to the water, which is truly auspicious for the common people. The electric power of the following water, the special alignment of celestial bodies, and the energy waves from the first bath of saints containing penance, compassion, and selfless feelings have the miraculous ability to rejuvenate the lives of millions of people participating in the bath. It is a wonder that this alignment and traditional process are not mentioned. Bathing in this energized, vibrating, and consecrated water extends its energy through the pores of the body, eliminating distortions, and this is the true significance of the Kumbh path. If we look for the miraculous examples in nature, we can consider the Neel Kurinji flower in the Nilgiri mountains, Ooty, which blooms once every 12 years, the white flowers blooming at night and the colored flowers blooming during the day, or the intensity of the waves in the ocean on Amavasya and Purnima. Our ancestors were well aware of these phenomena, how the electrical changes occurring in various water sources during celestial alignments and the positivity infused by saintly presence could provide the welfare of the common people. The spiritual consciousness spread through the Kumbh Mela is the key to activate public welfare and is only fully understood when one absorbs its deeper meaning. In yogic scriptures, just as the awakening and piercing of the 6 chakras are vital, similarly, the 6 baths of the Kumbh are significant. These 6 baths correspond to the 6 chakras of the body, which led us toward the final goal of life, moksha. The first bath, held on January 13th during the full moon of Paush, is considered the commencement of the Kumbh and is dedicated to Lord Ganesha, who is considered the deity of the Mooladhara chakra, the first chakra of the body. The energy of every spiritual action first works to awaken the Mooladhara chakra. This bath is meant to awaken the Mooladhara chakra, and if it is performed with the mantra Lam, maximum benefit is obtained. It connects us to our existence and purifies inner impurities. The second bath was held on January 14 during Makar Sankranti is significant as it aligns with the solar transition Since the sun represents paternal energy, it is related to Swadhisthana chakra, the second chakra of body which governs the reproductive organs. During this bath, chanting the mantra Vam is beneficial. The third bath is on January 29 during Mauni Amavasya. This bath symbolizes the darkness of silence, representing the Nabhi chakra, the navel chakra. It is meant to awaken the Manipuraka chakra and is beneficial with the mantra Ram. The fourth bath on January 3rd during Vasant Panchami related to Anahata chakra associated with the heart. This season signifies the arrival of spring and the energy of the heart chakra is full of enthusiasm and joy. The mantra Yam is chanted for its awakening. The fifth bath is on February 12th during Magh Purnima, corresponds to the throat chakra which governs speech and intellect. It strengthens the voice and leads us towards ethical and truthful speech. The mantra Hum enhances this bath. The sixth and final bath on Mahashivratri awakens the Sahasrara chakra. This bath, invoking the energy of Lord Shiva, leads to spiritual liberation. Chanting Omkar during this bath aids in achieving liberation. This also energizes the pituitary gland. By that, on the Shivratri, the bathing can take us to the path of self-realization. Those who witness the unique power of water can never question the significance of this bath. Now the question arises for all the people who have faith in these traditions. It may not always be possible for them to reach the bath sites physically. Some are living in US, UK like other countries. Some are having many busy works. So how can they get the same result from their places like from the Kumbh bath? Our scriptures have provided a simple method for this. On the dates of Kumbh, one can go to nearby water sources or bath at home while chanting the following verse 7 times. Gange cha Yamune chaiva Godavari Saraswati Narmade Sindhu Kaveri Jale Asmin Sanidim Kuru. It means offering the presence of river deities Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri in their water. If you say this, automatically the invisible energy of Ganga, Yamuna, Godavari, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, Kaveri will enter in your bathing water. After that, during the bath, chant this following mantra. Amrute Amrutotbhave Amrita Varshini Amrutam Sravaya Sravaya Svaha. Hey nectar giving, born of nectar, divine power, shower nectar upon me. Amrute Amrutotbhave Amrita Varshini Amrutam Sravaya Sravaya Svaha. The waves of mantra chanting, yajna smoke and service vibrations arising from the sacred confluence of Prayagraj continue to illuminate the earth. This ancient tradition developing our spiritual consciousness will continuously promote human welfare. Jai Ma Gange, Jai Prayagraj, Jai Mahakumbh.